Embarrassing. Hardest working man in
All right, we're live.
showbiz.
All right, peace, love, and black empowerment. We're back with a new episode of the Frontline Black News. We gotta pause that TV. Back with a new episode of Frontline Black News. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is episode 10 of the Frontline Black News. And we're joined by myself, Che and Kruma, and my lady, Seduction Doll. And we had our guests, Shabaka and Sharif, but I guess they're not able to join us tonight. So it's just going to be us. So we're going to start with Tangibles 2021, the Pfizer biotech vaccine, the vaccine ambassadors, the unhoused sweeps in Denver, um, the new motel, just new motel house for unhoused or stay in motel, the forced safe outdoor camp site at Regis University campus, an update on Jalen Wilson's case. I was trying to have his mother come on, but I was unsuccessful in that. And the Chauvin case update, 100 plus days of Biden. Still no tangibles for us. And last, certainly not least, the 21-year-old who bought 40 acres of land and the California governor candidates. So I don't even know where to begin with this. So we got tangibles 2021, as we stressed in 2020. Now we're going to demand something for our vote. We're not just going to keep voting just to be voting. We're going to demand something specifically for us, specifically for foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, those that built this country or descend from those that built this country. And we want something specifically for us. We got all this time and energy and resources for all these other groups. Where's our tangibles? Where's something specifically for us? So that's what we're going to continue to demand in 2021.
Everybody got protections but us. So
Yeah, we got Asians got protections, LGBTQ got protections, white women got protections.
starting to get really, really stupid out there.
So the next thing was Pfizer and the biotech vaccine. So they're giving the vaccine to the kids now, ages 12 to 15. As we told you on numerous shows, do not get the vaccine, family.
They started to pass out the vaccine at concerts, and it's like an incentive. You get the vaccine right there. Like here in where we're at, they had a concert over there at Red Rocks, and first 100 people to get a vaccine got like free pass to the concessions. You know what I mean? And a whole bunch of like just basic bullshit just to get the vaccine, just to watch a concert, and wasn't even that many people there. It's just crazy. And then now, with Colorado's mask mandates coming down, and you really don't know who's non-vaccinated or vaccinated. Everybody's just walking around freely, and I mean, in some way, everybody was happy. That's what everybody wanted, and at the same time, there you still got people complaining. Don't know who has what. You know what I mean? And restaurants, everything's opening up, getting like the all clear. Some counties are opting out. They're not ready yet, but it's a lot. You know what I mean? And even now, like, does it even matter if you got the vaccine? You know what I mean? Does it even matter? Because at some point, I mean, it's almost like they don't care. They want you to have it. They want you to say you have it at least. You know what I mean? They're not pushing no card yet, or the people knocking at the door, but it was just a matter of time.
Oh, so that's the next thing. So the people knocking at the door
Mm-hmm.
is what they're dubbing the vaccine ambassadors, and they'll be coming to a door near you.
What you gonna do when they knock on your door? Talking about you weren't on the list and you didn't get the vaccine. You know what I mean? And like I said, now you just walk around the city in and out of public, with or without a mask. It's up pretty much up to the discretion of the owners or whatnot. Are they still gonna do that? Like, is that was just on the table last week?
They're still going to do that. And these vaccine ambassadors are going to be sent to your door to coerce you into getting the vaccine. So it's going to be like Jehovah Witnesses on steroids.
Are you being the wrong if you punch him? You tell you to do something else with that shot. I mean, what's the like? Hey, can they force you to do it? This is all speculation. It's just talk. It's like there's not real active uh clarification on it. You know what I mean? Or like when they were gonna start doing it, they just kind of mentioned it.
Yeah, so get ready for the vaccine ambassadors. Um, like I said, they'll be coming to a hood near you, a door near you. And the next thing is the sweeps. The sweeps continue to go on. Months after the Message to the Mayor documentary came out, that From Allies to Abolitionists did, and Emancipation Theater did back in February, the sweeps still continue. So, did you want to shed more light on that, babe?
Yeah, they're out here in the city of Denver. Yeah, the sweeps are continuing. However, what I've noticed is that they're getting smaller. Um, they're putting a lot of effort into very small campsites, like maybe 3, 4 tents, and they're there for hours. No real movement. The campsites that they um, and come up on are usually semi decent. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. You know what I mean? As far as cleanliness is concerned, certain areas that they have swept repetitively, like every other week, the same blocks, they're now blocked off with boulders, so many that you couldn't move around or build on top of. You know what I mean? Um, it's one street in particular. It's just nothing but boulders, jagged ass boulders everywhere. Um, and you don't really see any of the usual campers, but they are parked like literally right outside one of the outside of Denver Homeless Out Loud building. There's like 12 tents on one side and two big giant tents in the front. And it's like, didn't you guys get swept, or you guys get a pass? That's my question. But I mean, I believe I was there when you guys got swept, but how come they keep going there? Yeah, I asked so many questions. Um, Sweeps are happening. They're getting further out to where a lot of uh, community activists can't really go to because they're usually centered right there in the um, Curtis Park Triangle area. But now they've been spaced out more to the west end of town. It's kind of hard, but it's just like far and few between, and nothing's really changing. People are getting excited about this new option where they have what's it called? What do they call it? The pilot program,
Mm-hmm.
where they offer the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I forgot what that's called. It's a pilot program where they're basically offering the unhoused like a basic income to help them get off the street, in conjunction with vouchers and other programs. Um, so it's kind of taboo. I don't know if they've really started yet. But they've been discussing it. It's just definitely got the fourth safe outdoor space um, in
Regis.
yeah, Regis. No, it's the one in Park Hill.
No, that's the third.
The third one. The third one already went up though, right?
No.
Or was it like okay? Well, let's start with the third one in Park Hill first. Okay. There's a lot of controversy about that one because it's in the third safe outdoor um,
Safe
encampment
outdoor camp.
camps. Yeah, camp, which is supposed to house 30 tents, um, thermal insulated tents, a community area where the unhoused can eat, shower, a whole bunch of things. Um, It's set on side of a
church
church.
parking lot,
Yeah, church parking lot.
and the neighbors are suing.
The neighbors are suing because they don't want that type of
They're suing the pastor
yeah, they don't want that type of look in their particularly uppity part of Park Hill,
in South Park Hill.
South Park Hill. Thank you. Maybe contribute. Jump in here, sir.
So South Park Hill, with their
God.
NIMBYism, but they're not in my backyard, is suing the pastor. They're suing the church.
I mean, them white people
They're
are very
suing
angry. Very angry.
CVC Carl Village Collaborative for putting the Safe Outdoor Camp in their backyard.
Yes. There is a few avidly white neighbors that were just like, I can't walk my child down the street. I might run into a
In,
needle or
in fear
a
of
fecal matter, and
there
I don't know
being
what.
drug addicts at this
Yes.
camp, sex offenders at this camp,
Hmm.
sexual predators at this camp,
And they
and
just don't want it in their. They don't want it in their backyard. They don't want it in their neighborhood, in that particular part of the neighborhood. But the ugly, shabby parts of Park Hill, they're okay with, just not that side. You know what I mean?
well,
And
I don't know if there's any ugly, shabby parts
there's
of
that
Park
right here
Hill
on this
anymore
side.
because Park Hill is being gentrified, rapidly
Yes, but on
gentrified.
this side there is. Look at where this side is.
They're gentrifying this side too.
But this side is not as attractive as where that church is.
Yeah, this is Northeast Park Hill.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So over here, where there's, we have on this end of town, there's like the warehouses and a lot of the light rail tracks, um, trucking firms, a lot of things like that out here. The Denver Rescue Missions out here on this side of this side. The
Charities.
Catholic Charities. It is still the Rescue Mission too. Rescue Mission's right down the street. Um, there's a couple of dispensaries, a lot of things out here that are just setting the cut. They don't seem to mind broke down RVs and tents and all sorts of debris over here, but over there, adamant they don't want it there. And then we got a new one coming up. That's been in some discussion too. At Regis.
Yes.
Yes. You want to
So
elaborate?
the Regis campus, the Regis University campus in Northwest Denver, is looking to host the fourth Safe Outdoor Camp. It's going to be on the outskirts of the campus. So that's all the information I have on that.
A lot of people are really excited about that. In the sense that we're trying to help our unhoused neighbors. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with, but it's just another thing for that is really basically impossible to get into. Not everybody can get into it, no matter what the qualifications are. And we've spoken before with these people about making it a little easier for our unhoused neighbors to get into, and they continue with the same heavy criteria only to appease the neighbors in that little area and the areas that they're putting these safe outdoor spaces.
Right. So yeah, these safe outdoor camps were originally a black man's idea by the name of Jerry Burton. Carl Village Collaborative has stolen the idea and ran with it, and now they're setting these camps up all over town. Um,
But they're still in far behind other big metropolitan cities that have done a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas. So
such as
man, I can go in like all the little actual tiny houses, tiny modules. There was just a module set down just here in the city, and that idea came out of California.
mhm,
It's like a whole uh, duplex. Just came in pre-built, put it down, rewired it, ready to go. Habitat for Humanity, and amongst other organizations that were out there. So, plus, like I mean, if you look back at over there in California, they've been offering incentives to try to clear up certain areas. This has been going on for over a year, where they have certain metropolitan areas of bigger cities have actually done a lot more in-depth work to try to maintain or even eliminate the unhoused neighbor situation. So we're just barely coming up on what's already been done, and it is, this is Denver doing better,
Huh.
quote unquote. You know what I mean? That's how we're
All
doing
while
better,
sweeping people white trash.
right? It's very it's quite amusing. Continue. Where you at now? We lost you.
Um, Jalen Wilson case. Um,
Uh, you've spoken to his mother. She, I reached out to her. She'll probably get in touch in the next day or so. She's been quite busy. Um, she did say she had an update or two, so stay tuned. We'll keep you in the loop with that. Tune into the um, Frontline Black Frontline Black News page and the other page that we set up,
Justice for Jalen.
Justice for yeah, how you said it, for continuous updates. Just haven't spoke to her in a few days, so I wasn't able to update that.
Okay, and next thing was the Chauvin case. Um, so this bastard Chauvin has the audacity to want to get a retrial or he's trying to say that he wants a mistrial or just a mistrial.
Yeah, I was
He
trying to
wants to have
reappeal.
it
Yeah,
have the trial done all over again. Talking about the jury was impartial and all four of the officers, all four of the officers involved in the George Floyd case have been indicted. Chauvin is going to be sentenced next month, and this bastard wants a retrial. So,
I mean that's fear. Yeah, he's scared. So got you. When you're found guilty, normally that's the process, appeal, and then, but we pray that it continues to stay the way it is. It's just small small victory, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I mean, we shouldn't celebrate too much on it because things change. Things change. So let's just hope that it stays the same. And they shut that down real cold and deny him that option of appeal or trying to change venues or doing whatever, file different motions, whatever they do over there. Let's hope they just continue with the same energy as you're found guilty and let's sentence you now. You know,
right, he's guilty. It was clearly murder,
clearly
murder in the first degree,
murder in front of everybody.
not second degree, not manslaughter, but first degree murder.
Yeah.
But he was not found guilty of that. He was found guilty of second degree murder and manslaughter. And he's going to be sentenced in June. So stay tuned
June couldn't come quick enough.
on that. And I would say, I hope he gets the damn book thrown at him. But from everything I've been reading, the judge is going to give him even more time than he even expected. So Chauvin is going to be away for a long time. And that's good because we don't need no more race soldiers killing our people like this. Next thing is 100 days of Biden, 100 plus days of Biden. Now we're a week behind. So officially a week ago, it was 100 days of Biden. Now it's 100 plus days of Biden. And we still have no tangibles. So we're still waiting on you Biden supporters. All of you ones that told us that we had to vote for Biden and anybody but Trump, and we have to get Trump out of office, and Jim Crow Biden is the best thing since sliced bread. Where are our damn tangibles? We haven't got nothing specifically, no legislation, no policy, nothing for us. But we know his track record of locking us up with the 94 crime bill. But y'all said, oh, people can change and He's made up for that. Okay, he's made up for that. People can change. It's been 100 plus days of him in office, and we still have nothing tangible to show for any of it. But the Asians have something tangible to show for it. The LGBTQIA plus alphabet soup has something to show for it. But us, foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, have nothing to show for a Biden administration. And Kamala Harris talking about this is not a racist country. It's always been a racist country. What are you talking about? This is not a racist country. So we're still waiting on you, Biden supporters. Feel free to chime in. We're still waiting on you.
Not to
Uh,
mention, I mean, the LGBTQ, whatever that is, it is still getting like all sorts of passes. All sorts of things are happening in all over the news with uh, transgender people getting making headlines by getting murdered, but in other countries, seriously murdered. You know, and is passing over here to where not only it's a tragedy this thing is happening, but they're getting more passes, they're getting more protections, more, you know what I mean, more protections. There's no protections for anybody out there. For us, there's no protections for us. Like, I mean, they don't care about anybody out here. They don't care. They don't care. But let you come under some sort of um LGBTQ acronymic type thing. You know what I mean? You're getting all sorts of protections, and they're making it like seen videos where they're like um making it worse, like so just I don't even know how to say it. Yeah, I saw a video that was just like you can't equate or you can't equate uh our struggle with their struggle.
right.
You know what I mean?
They
It's just
have
so
no
sad.
goddamn struggle.
It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. I'm starting to feel very, very extremely more disappointed than normal. Excuse
Um,
me.
so on that note, one of the California governor candidates, Caitlyn Jenner, or should we say Bruce Jenner, is running for governor, and he also belongs to the LGBTQ, and they have said that they are in support of the transgender ban in women's sports, and they have gotten heat for that.
Hmm. Yeah, like with the MMA fighter.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, wow, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, and I don't even know how to really ingest that or feel about it because it's hard to accept. Like here, with our governor having a first gentleman, crazy.
Instead of the first lady, it's the first
Right.
gentleman.
Like I don't know. I don't really know what to think about that. Except I don't know. We're always talking about this. It's to the Bible, a man and a woman type situation. This is what we look for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, Evidently not. You know what I mean? Like it's just getting worse. Like I said, it's getting really, really bad. And I mean, it's not like I can't see children nowadays saying, "Oh, that's my hero." You know what I mean? Like did back in our time. You know what I mean? It's a lot of confusion out there, and it's confusing. It's meant to confuse us too, and I just don't fall into the confusion. You know what I mean?
Chaos and confusion.
Mm-hmm.
That is the enemy of the revolution.
Right. What else you got?
I had this story about this brother, this 21-year-old who buys 40 acres of land, but I didn't really do any research on it, so I really don't want to speak on it. But there's a 21-year-old who buys 40 acres of land. I have no idea where. It was sometime recently in the United States, and I had happened to happened up on this on the YouTube video I was watching. I think it was maybe been Dr. Boyce Watkins or
Mm,
but anyway,
it's tight.
that's what's up.
Yeah, it's tight.
I encourage more of us to invest in buying land. You know,
How old was he?
21 years old.
Wow, young man. Big things. Shall aspire to be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? Because it's big things. That's a good job. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that stay-in though. Let's talk about the motel they're gonna convert to housing.
Yeah,
Stay in.
so the new motel housing for the unhoused, stay in motel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say, man?
Well, if you're familiar with um, Montbello, North Aurora, um, that hotel uh, before they changed it, they changed it. They called it. It's called the what? Travel Lodge now or something like that.
Yeah, it's called the Trouble Lodge.
Okay, well, back then, a few years back, that's called the stay-in, and
Hmm.
man, that occupied a lot of activity. That
Hmm.
place was real active.
Hmm.
That place and the place across the street, the other
The
hotel across the street,
Star.
was real active. It also had a lot of police activity. Like they were there. The District 5 is just like right around the corner, but um, rats and roaches, lots of rats and roaches, big rats. Okay, I remember very clearly. Hmm. So now, it might have some, it definitely from the picture and the mayor and everybody standing outside of it, looking at it like, oh, the possibilities. Man, y'all know what place that was. Stop it. Just stop. Just stop with the games. Like, you know what kind of you know what kind of motel that was. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you had 4 floors, front all the way around. That was just real active, real live, all hours, all days of the night, man. That thing never turned down. Never. And not only that, you had the police there all day, every day. And then you had rats, big, big Montbello rats and roaches in every room. Busted up pipes. The doors didn't even close right. You couldn't lock your door. Anybody could just walk in your door. You know what I mean? All the windows had no screens on it. None of the there was there was parts at that time where you couldn't get no hot water in that motherfucker at all. Not at all. It was nothing but cold water, and it made noise, and everything was leaking. Or you didn't want to get comfortable in there. Microwave all is dirty. It barely
Yeah.
worked. You turn on the microwave and it sparks. It sparks with a plug. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You got to worry about people looking in your room through the walls. You know what I mean? Peepholes through the walls and shit.
Yeah.
Dirty ass motherfucking carpet. The pizza guy won't deliver there. But you gonna convert all these spots um like what they I think it was referred to possible shelter, temporary
Supportive housing.
supportive housing shelter and like apartments.
They want to turn it into a fusion, basically.
Yeah, they want to turn it to like this place. First of all, let me just put it to you like this: it's got to go through CCH or who is funny. It's like coalition,
Yeah, I believe.
the coalition. Boo, no, no. Their voucher programs are all crap. I know. I just got off one, and they don't they really don't give a damn about nobody. And so no, I don't. It sounds good. It also sounds like what they're talking about is 2 years from now. Lots of shit can happen in 2 years. We have unhoused neighbors dying every day here, every day. And right now we're in like a what do you call it? Rainy season. Right
Yeah.
now it's like a rainy season. We just got done from like maybe last month where we had blizzards. Now we're in a rainy season. Elements are still out here. You know what I mean? We'll still get sick. Um, no, not in 2 years. Nobody even wants to go to a shelter now, let alone wait 2 years for this place. That is, even to get in here is a struggle. And it's not even worth it. Not even worth it with the hoops and loops that you got to go through. I mean, if you're lucky, you'll have case management in the building. But if you're unlucky like myself, you got to go all the way to downtown practically to get a case management in. There's options in this building that you could utilize, but if you're like myself, unlucky and on a certain program that, according to them, I should have had access to, you stuck going to another part of town to or picking up the phone and praying that they come and your case manager actually calls you back or actually comes and sees you. They don't even tell you when your caseworker either gets fired or quits. So the whole time you're calling like an idiot and nobody alerts you. Case in point, me. I called in my caseworker for like a month and a half. Nobody told me he got fired. See what I'm saying? But they want to open up all these. They want to do something with the money they're getting, and it sounds good, but like it's like a like keep hope alive type of situation. It's whack. It's whack, and they should be ashamed of themselves for how they really do individuals from the street, especially from the street when they're coming from tents and encampments with nothing, and you build them up to do all these things that you're going to progress in a program, and in reality, you're just sitting on hold and falling through the cracks. Like most people who are out in the street, some people are out in the street, been falling through the cracks their entire life. It just continues in adulthood when you're coming from an encampment or a tent to come into stabilizing yourself. You're still in a loophole. You're still in the cracks. It's designed for failure, and they don't want to admit it because it's white people on the other end talking about, oh no, no, this is Denver doing better. We don't want this to happen to anybody. I'm sorry it happens to you, but in the near future, for everybody else, we're gonna do better. But the whole year that you've been dealing with us, um, sorry about your bad luck, I guess. Sorry it was you and not somebody else that we wanted to help. You know, we don't want to help you. We just want to pretend like we're helping you, so we can continue to get funding for helping you, not helping you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not sorry.
Horrible.
You know what I mean? That's how it works. So no, I don't got any faith in them. Man, I mean, they're gonna be if they really do go with this pilot program, passing out free money. You know, for most people who say fuck the government and everything they're doing, except I like money, you're just gonna take that and utilize it for whatever you want to utilize it for. Because if you haven't picked yourself up by now, likelihood is that you either don't want to deal with the lack of freedoms and liberties that you have while you're out in the street, and you don't know how to conform to the inside, so you're comfortable there, and you just, hey, I need money, so it's less begging, stealing, and borrowing that I got to do. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? So I would look at a lot of different things, but even the service providers now are meant to be service providers out there. They're saying they're helping anybody, but like for example, the one we used to work at, you can't get in there. You can't go in there and ask for a sleeping bag or nothing because the doors are closed. The lights are off on purpose. They're not they're there to pretend like during a sweep, but they're not there when you really need them. And that's the tragedy. That's the part that everybody's just pocketing this money, can't produce where it goes, and you still got all these people out there. 1 out of 10 take a voucher. That's the odds. You know what I mean? 20 officers for 6 people, and on a two sweep day. So 10 people get swept. Only one person takes a voucher for an extended motel stay, no questions asked. Move into transitional housing. We got you. Only one person takes that up. Sounds like something else is going on. That they don't want to tell you about.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Oh, she got.
That's it. So thank y'all for tuning in to episode 10 of the Frontline Black News. We'll be back next week with a new episode 11 of the Frontline Black News. So peace, love, and black empowerment. Peace.